Hello, my name is Ray Salazar, and this is Morning Reel, a 3 to 4 to 100 minute or so podcast of films that I review. Also, I'm working on another type of catchphrase. If I see it, I review it. There, that's the one. Now, I like Éric Rohmer's work. He's a French filmmaker. He's known for his rom-coms, but they're not just your typical Hollywood rom-coms where it ends in a happy-ass ending where two people get together and somehow they end up together. No, not this guy. He's like, you know what? If they don't fuck, they don't fuck. If he fucks and she don't like him, then that's it. And we move on. Now, this guy is known for making movies where like every 4 films has a certain theme to it. From like the 60s till the late 90s until up to the point where he passed away. Sad to say. Now, I'm very happy that I got Xavier Guerrero in this particular film. Because when I saw this film, A Tale of Summer or A Summer's Tale, whatever, you know, this movie is it. This is an Xavier film because it's about a guy who literally sails to an island not knowing shit, not knowing what to do, expecting his girlfriend to come by, and next thing you know, he's in a dilemma with like 2 chicks who kind of want him. Well, one really wants him, one is like, I don't know, yeah, cool, whatever, but it's complicated. And you know what? I like seeing shit like that. And I'm pretty sure Xavier liked seeing that. But Xavier, I welcome you back to this podcast. Thank you for coming through, man.
What's up? What's up? You guys might think I don't like rom-coms, but I actually really do. Forgetting Sarah Marshall, top notch. I Think I Love My Wife, which I didn't know he was part of. Éric, what's his name?
Rohmer?
Yeah, he was part of I Think I Love My Wife, and it's one of my favorite rom-coms because Chris Rock is in a weird, and you know what I call this? I call these predicaments because your dick is involved, dog. Predicament because your dick is involved. That is a predicament. This guy was in a major predicament, like you said. He goes to an island waiting for his girlfriend to show up. In between waiting, he meets a waitress. Cutie, falls in love, kinda. Then he meets her friend, falls in love with the friend, and dude. But what you understand about this movie is sex or love is way different in France. They look at it.
They're very open. They're very okay about, hey, you know what? If I have a girlfriend, you know, somewhere over there in another country, you know what? We can fuck. It's cool because no feelings, right?
Do you think it's still like that with the internet? I think
yeah.
social media not being there, not being able to text your girlfriend like, hey, I'm on the way, or hey, I'm at this restaurant, is when you make that connection with that other person because you're not busy somewhere else in that moment in time.
That and because you probably don't give a fuck about that person to begin with, but we don't know.
I don't think so.
Okay, yeah.
Because, like I said, in nowadays, that restaurant interaction wouldn't have happened because he would have been too busy on his phone.
Exactly.
On Instagram. Texting his girl, where are you? Are you on the way? I just got to the island. I'm having this brunch right here. Instead of just interacting with this super fine waitress, which is, as a man of these little, I don't know, but Gen X aren't fucking. This is why you ain't fucking, because you ain't interacting with what's in front of you.
I mean, it appears that way in this film. But it's crazy that these characters have their morals, their moral grounds. They know what they're about. They have their own rules to shit. I like that. It's very forward, though. You never really see that in the film. Like, let's just say, for example, fucking Margot's character, the main chick that he, you know, starts talking to or whatever. Okay, she has a boyfriend. He's in the army or whatever. But she doesn't know if he's the fucking guy to actually, like, want to spend not her lifetime with, but, like, all right, you know what? I'm with this guy. Maybe I should just fucking give it a shot, right? But, like, it's just kind of weird how she can set that rule and be so open about, like, any type of fling. But it's like, that's just who she is. And that's just what it is in this fucking film.
And you know what's crazy? I learned something.
What'd you learn,
something from this film. Like, I literally think I, like, learned something that really is, like, meaningful.
You learned to read?
Oh, I did a lot of reading, and that's what I hated it right at the same time because these women are beautiful and I'm busy reading, but looking at the screen.
You trying to read their bodies?
For that one, I gotta say, fuck you, Ray. I gotta rewatch it with the concept of being able to watch the females. But what I do have to learn is, like you said, these females all kind of had a boyfriend, and females are willing to risk it all. As a man, you're not. This fool always wanted to clinch himself and for some reason not just say, I'm going to pick this one.
Yeah, he needed a safety net.
And females don't. Sometimes females just let's go. I'm picking this guy, and I'm just gonna drop whatever I had with this other dude,
and let that
guys
net
aren't
break.
Like that. And I know that guys aren't like that because I've been that dude where for some reason I'm still kind of like liking my ex-girlfriend's pictures. ¿Para qué? For what? It's because it's a safety net in case the one that I'm with right now.
I like that he gains confidence throughout the whole film, and it's crazy that it took women to kind of do that shit, you know?
What'd you think about when they were on the beach? And they're kind of, she's like, I don't know if I want to be with you. My friends don't think you're up to grade, bro. And then she's like, and then she says, I don't think you're up to grade. At that moment, he should have been like, man,
fuck out of here,
you.
dog.
And he still begged her,
and she ran.
She ran, and he like chased her and he's like, did you hurt me? And she's like, well, I hurt you. And she's like, good. I was like, oh, little tóxica.
Bitch, bro.
Yeah.
Never wrote, never gave him a phone call like she said she would or whatever.
I got to ask you because I couldn't decide.
Lena, that's her name.
Huh?
Lena.
What?
That's the girl's name. His girlfriend, Lena.
I thought that was your answer to my question. My question is, because I couldn't pick. Out of the 3 females, if you were him, which one would you have picked?
Margot, dude.
All beautiful.
Margot.
Huh? Margot, you go with the Margot?
She's like the realest one, bro.
She is real.
She's the realest one.
Because she was cool being a substitute. She kept saying that. I'm a substitute.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's like, it's the game, bro.
You know, to me, I would have picked the middle one. What was her name? Solana?
Yeah.
I would have picked her. I don't know why. Se me hizo bonita and like that whole let's get on a train. It just felt that France vibe where she might blow you on the train, you know? You watch those foreign pornos where I'm like, bro, get on the train with her.
Nothing's going to happen. You're just going to, you know, get the goods.
And he got stuck with none of it. He picked his career.
He did pick his career. He brought his career with him and left with it. That's his love.
Now, as you can tell, at the end of it, as much as you think he loved all these chicks, at the end of the day, his love was that guitar.
Well, actual love, man. Like, those girls, they're not love. It's more of infatuation with, like, the situation. I mean, you could really see yourself with one of these women, you know, even Lena, the most toxic one out of them all, you know. But that's just not his vibe, man. And I like movies like that where, like, it's crazy that a movie like that where it's a lot of talking and not so much action. I mean, there's predicaments, like you said.
There's no
fucking.
The whole time I was like, I know why Ray wanted me to watch this. No fucking.
And believe me, Rohmer's films have sex in it. There is sex in his movies, you know.
Just not this one. It's like
just
what you
not
said.
This one.
You don't always get the hit in life. You don't always get the fucking hit.
And I was kind of hoping in the film you would.
Dude, and they got close too. Like when she was in her white lingerie, I was like, dog,
dude,
fuck Lena, dog. Go get that right now, homie. I was looking at him. I was like, I swear to God, if this movie ends with this one not hitting it, this one did not hit it.
I like the dialogue. I like that these characters, well, the actors who, you know, did the film, a lot of it you can tell it's, you know, freestyle. You know, they're not really going by the script. And they're in long takes, X. I don't know if you've noticed it too, that like it is so cool to see a movie just let go, like where there's no cuts. You literally see two people walk and talk about life, philosophy, and like the shit that's going on with their lives and how they apply that to like their situation and shit. You know?
You're right, because in the movie, I mean, it looks so dumb, but I noticed it, and I think I noticed it because it doesn't happen in American movies. He drops his jacket, and instead of saying cut, do that again without dropping your jacket. I think they just kept it going.
Just kept it going.
And he picked it up. And I don't know if it's part of it, but it seems so natural where like that happens in life. You drop your jacket and conversation keeps on going. They kept the conversation going. I was like, was that part? Like, I didn't know if it was part of it, but it seemed very like natural.
Yeah.
One thing I was going to ask you, since you do film, is it hard with these actors to make sure they don't fuck up their lines? Because that's a long conversation to make sure like, hey, dude. Or is it very freestyle where it's like kind of like, here's your line, but you can go ahead and...
I'm fortunate to know that in this particular film, the director was okay if the actors fumbled the lines or not even said the lines line per line. It's like kind of like freebase in a sense, you know, like, hey, if you really want to go with this direction, go with it and we'll see what happens afterwards, you know. And from what it looks like in the film, like, I mean, it's edited pretty well.
Are these movies a lot of takes?
I don't know. That's a good question, man. There could be like 5 takes, if anything, you know?
It's not a lot. That's what I'm
It's
saying.
not a lot, but it is a lot of
of
time being spent film-wise to make sure that you got the fucking sweet spot.
Yeah.
And they nailed it pretty good, man. Good date flick. I don't know if you saw it with your girl or whatever.
No, I got super high and I was so mad because I texted you too.
Oh, yeah, you asked me, should I get high for
and
this
I got
film?
so high where at one point I was like, I don't want to read, Ray. No, but the movie's good. Like, honestly, like, once you get into it, and, like, trust me, the females are worth reading. Like,
and it's a little hard to get into at first. Like, it took really, like, 30 minutes to really, like, pick up, like, okay, where is this fucking film going, really? But when you saw the waitress, Margot, you're like, all right.
Yeah, and then...
You saw her at the beach, you're like, okay, all right, it's over.
And then, to be honest with you, I thought the movie was a lot older.
96.
It gave me, like, 80s vibe.
Yeah, a little bit. The way it was, the colors,
you know? It looked a lot older. Then when I looked it up, I was like, man, this should have way more like...
Did you see it on the website?
No,
or did you see it on Max?
I watched it on Max.
Okay,
on
yeah.
TV,
It looks good on Max.
Yeah.
Really does.
It was it was a great movie. Honestly, it was a different... Is there anybody still making conversational movies? Is that what you would call that? Or...
Few filmmakers have done it since then. Like...
Is there any big one where like it was like box office, like, dude, this thing, murder type of thing?
If I had to pick one... Off the top of my head, maybe Boyhood, Richard Linklater. He kind of follows the same type of structure where, like, if there's a scene with 2 people talking, it'll go on for like 5 minutes if needed, uninterrupted.
Yeah.
Shit like that. Richard Linklater, Gus Van Sant. I don't know if you've seen his work, but he has like 3 films where they're like long takes and shit. But there's 3 other movies in his series.
I know. I did notice there's a Tale of a Winner. Is this the best one, or is it kind of downhill from here? Because I do want to watch the rest.
Okay, so I have seen all 4. This is the one. This is the most spiciest one for sure. I would say though, A Tale of Winter is pretty good.
Yeah, that's the one that got recorded like right after.
A Tale of Winter. Yeah, that one's pretty good. Yeah. It's sort of the same film, not really. Different characters, different like plot.
Same director?
Same director. Okay. And I actually want to review that one, like after this one and shit, like, you know. And A Tale of Autumn, I didn't like it too much, not because it's boring or whatever. It's just like it revolves more about older women and shit, and like, you know, I'm not a chick, I don't understand it or whatever. Yeah, dude, he's a wildfire of emotions, this guy.
You know what this movie kind of reminds me of? I don't know why when I was watching it, 500 Days of Summer.
A little bit.
A little bit. I don't know why. It literally gave me those vibes, and I was like, oh, this is a little rom-com. Like,
did you think that Margot would run off with this fool at the end?
Yeah, I thought she was gonna leave with him to go to the guitar thing, but like she said, he fucked up because her boyfriend just texted her, just got a letter like a week ago, like a couple days ago. So she literally looked at him. She literally looked at him and said, "Fool, you literally could have had me, but you waited." And this fool texted me, so he's still interested.
But at the same time, she did say in the beginning of the film when they met, she's like, "I'm not sure about this guy, but I'm gonna fucking wait for this guy." But at the same time, you can tell that, like, fuck, man, like, this could be the fucking end with that guy, and it could be the beginning with Gaspard.
Yeah.
You know. And I mean, you can put yourself in that fool's shoes in this situation, you know. 2 women, 2 different outlooks in life, 2 different like styles in living.
You know where I've been and I felt his pain?
What? Where?
Where Lena calls him to say, "I'm gonna get there early," and he's got to cancel with homegirl.
Yeah.
I've been there where like you made plans too soon and your backup's calling you, canceling. You're like, "Ahora qué hago?"
Yeah.
What do I do now?
That was
like,
the best part.
Holy fuck! Like I just you don't know what to do.
At that point, you really don't know what to do, man.
I felt his pain, dog. I've been there, dog. That's a predicament.
You know what's crazy, X? This movie's a simple ass movie.
How much do you think it costs to make something like this, Ray?
Well, this one in particular costed around box office. It made $200,000 back in the day. I can't say how much it costed, but I'm pretty sure maybe like under $100,000. Especially because it's not that it's a foreign film, but this guy's he's like an indie filmmaker. You know.
I was about to ask you, any of those actors like known? Did they become someone? Are they still making anything? Or were they very like indie kind of just
I'm not too sure about that, but honestly, I have not seen them in any other films, especially French films. I don't know. That industry is weird. Like foreign film industry, like you'll have an actor do a big film in Italy, but he won't be known unless he did a movie like in Korea or some shit like that. The markets. But yeah, man. Would you recommend this film to any side chick or side guy or,
I recommend this to like anybody that's like just single.
Can't recommend it to a guy who's married or has a girlfriend,
no,
boyfriend?
Because you might be like, damn, that sounds like a good predicament to be in. Because when you're single, I've been taken where I'm like, that doesn't sound too bad because you're taken and it's just not what you want to see. But I don't know. I think it's more for like, I would send this to like the homie who can't get none type of thing. I'm like, look, dude.
Okay, yeah, I can see that.
There's so much options. Like, you see what I mean? You just got to go out there and put yourself out there. Literally, you have to put yourself out there to get a reaction. You can't just go to just because you go to the fucking club or the bar and you're there, that doesn't mean anyone's going to talk to you. You have to go out there and be like, hey, how was that drink? Or, hey, what do you recommend that? Easy little things start that convo. Sometimes you're going to get shut down and be like, Jack and Coke, and then they walk away.
And that was Gaspard's like thing. Like he didn't know how to like put himself out there, even though he's a good looking guy. He has qualities, He's educated. He has a fucking degree in math or whatever.
Oh.
He has a good job. He comes from a pretty cool family or whatever, He's got it.
I was gonna tell you one thing I noticed about France, and everyone says this about like at least Europe. Why does everybody have so much fucking time, dog? So much fucking time. Everyone's just at the beach. Like, if you notice, everyone has on leisure time. And this guy in the movie said, I don't want to be an engineer because I don't want my money around my time.
Yeah.
And I was like, that is such a France, like, European thing to say. Because in America, it's all about the money.
Yeah.
It's all get grind.
I don't know how it is over there in France or Europe, but there's some places in Europe where you work 4 days out of the week, 5 days out of the week. And all that other time is like, do whatever the fuck you want.
Yeah.
And you don't even work the 9 to 5. You work like what? Maybe 4 or 5 hours and boom, that's it.
Yeah, restaurants close early and shit.
Yeah, cafes.
Yeah. If you didn't have dinner by 6, you're fucked.
No early bird special. Shit. Well, Lex, I thank you for reviewing this film with me. I'm glad you liked it. I'm very glad I liked it. I've always wanted to see this guy's work from like the 90s and shit. His 60s stuff is pretty good too. Every series is different, right? This one is the Tales of the Four Seasons. Before is comedies and proverbs, which is more like more philosophical than everything. And then 6 moral tales. And dude, those are the fucking gems, bro, because they really hit you, bro. Like it hits like your morale as a person, right? The only movie that I've seen from the 6 moral tales is, 2 rather. Love in the Afternoon, which I feel like we should do that one. That one's like...
Down.
Really fucking good, dude. And My Night at Mods, where this guy, he spends a whole night with this chick. They don't fuck, but they talk about some crazy shit. And then like later down on the line, he sees her again, but it's a whole different situation. I'm not going to spoil it, but
one more thing.
Good films.
Did it matter that he grew up after World War II? This is 1920 after World War II. France was like...
I don't know, man.
Do you have any war things? Does he have any like... Do you know if he does?
Well, his first film came out in 1963. So during that time in France, like a couple of years before then, there was like a revolution that was going on in France.
That's what I was asking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I can't say if he has any, military films or whatever, but I'm pretty sure a lot of that stuff is like within the themes of it, like in this film, however, Margot's boyfriend, he's from the military, right? Yeah, so sailors too. They're away from their fucking...
She called herself a pirate and started singing. I was falling in love with her right there.
I know, man.
I was like, oh.
And when you met Soline's family or like, her relatives or whatever, they know the get down. And I was like, what the fuck?
They were slutty, dude. That's one thing is they were slutty.
Dude, they were open. Yeah, open for business.
In the 90s too, which I don't know. It's crazy.
You got to see more French films, dude.
Yeah.
I got to say, man.
Chocolat. I've heard of Chocolat. I've never seen it.
I've never seen Chocolat.
I only know Chocolat because they mention it. I love you, man, a lot.
Yeah.
And he's like, that's not how you say it. It's Chocolat.
Chocolate.
And I've never seen it. It's a French film. I don't know if it's any good, but that's the only other French film I've ever heard of.
You do have a a famous French actress there. I think her name is Juliette Binoche, OG. And you got the fool who got his his bed shot on. What is his name? Fucking Johnny Depp. He's in that film, so.
Oh shit! Yeah. They do mention that Johnny Depp is.
Yeah, Johnny Depp's in that film, so he must be alright.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, I'll check it out though. Chocolat. X, got any shout outs, man?
Hit that like button. Subscribe to this reels over here. I've done a couple of them. Go check out the old ones. Ezone's been on a couple of them. I think we've done a collab too. So
yeah.
Hit that like button, subscribe, and if you want to hear any more of me, go to We Don't Smoke the Same podcast. And thank you, Ray, for having me on.
Thank you.
And I love the ones you pick. They're up my alley. So like when I first started, I was like, man, Ray,
I kind of have to, man.
Film, and then I got into it, and then the females came through. I was like, all right.
I mean, I'm not gonna send you no gay porn, you know. I mean, I could.
Hey,
but
we did Brokeback Mountain. Stop it. We did.
But it's not porn. Might as well have been soft.
Might as well.
Yeah. Thank you, X, for joining me. Check out my other previous episodes, like Lost in Translation with E-Zone, and the one that I just recently put up, Ghostbusters Frozen Empire. If you want to see a movie where a chick is having an existential crisis and she's like 17 or whatever, that's the movie for you. On to the next one. Thank you.